morning, everyone. So today is Thursday. It's time for our guess what, okay? So for our guess what, you need to prepare your guess what pupils book and activity book, okay? So last time we studied about different kinds of fruits and vegetables, right? Do you still remember that? So we studied at the market there. So the different fruits and vegetables. But not only that, in the market you can see a lot of things. Okay? So here we are going to continue our topic. Okay? Our topic. So I'm going to let you listen to a song or a chant here. Okay? So you need to listen to the audio.
Pupils Book, Unit 7, page 83. 5. Sing the song.
Come and buy some fruit at my market stall today.
There are lots of pineapples and there are some pears, but there aren't any mangoes at your market stall today.
Come and buy some fruit at my market stall today.
There are lots of lemons and there are some limes, but there aren't any tomatoes at your market stall today.
Okay, so here it says, by looking at the picture here, we call this a stall. Okay, stall. And then there are lots of pineapples. So when you say lots, it means many. Okay, so there are lots of pineapples and there are some pears. So when you say some, it's not too much. Okay, it's that there are few pears, but there aren't any mango. So look at the mango. You cannot see any mango. There's no mango. So there aren't any mangoes. Next, here there are lots of lemons. Look at the lemons. It's too many, right? So there are lots of lemons. And then there are some limes. But there aren't any tomatoes. Okay, look at the box, the tomato. There aren't any tomatoes. Okay, so next, look at the song and find the difference in the picture. So by looking at the stall, look at the stall here. Look at the song and find the difference in the picture. There are lots of grapes. Okay, there are lots of pineapples. So here there aren't any there aren't any grapes, right? But here there's no grapes. But there are lots of grapes here. In the stall, in the song, there aren't any grapes. The pears, look at the pears. In the song, there are some pears, but here there are lots of pears, right? In the song, there are lots of lemons, but here there aren't any lemons. Okay, so there aren't any lemons, but there are lots of what? Lots of limes. There are lots of limes. Next, how about the tomatoes? In the song, there aren't any tomatoes, but here we have lots of tomatoes. And then also the pears. There aren't, mangoes, sorry. Mangoes. Look at the mangoes. There aren't any mangoes, but here there are lots of mangoes. Okay? So by looking at the picture, you can make a sentence. You can make not only a sentence, but sentences. Okay, so remember, we can use there are lots of, there are some, there aren't any. When you say there aren't any, you cannot see anything. There is no mangoes, there is no tomatoes, like that. Okay, so remember those three things. There are lots of, there are some, there aren't any. Okay, here, so there are a few questions that can be answered by yes or no. This question can be answered by yes or no. Example here, are there any onions? Are there any onions? And then by looking at the picture, the girl says, yes, there are. Okay, yes, there are. Are there any coconuts? No, there aren't. No, there aren't. Okay, are there? Are there? You can answer yes, there are, or no, there aren't. Okay, so this question, okay, this question, remember this question, okay? Are there any? Yes, there are. No, there aren't. Okay, let's try. Look at the picture, then cover it and play a memory game. Okay, let's try. I will make the question. Are there any apples? Are there any apples in the picture? Are there any apples? What is your answer? Yes, there are. So by looking at the picture, you can see some apples. Okay, next. Are there any carrots? Are there any carrots? Can you see carrots? Yes, there are, because here there are carrots. Next, are there any mangoes? Are there any mangoes? Can you see mangoes? No, there aren't. Okay, no, there aren't. Are there any coconuts? No, there aren't. Are there, and this one finished already. Are there any pineapples? Are there any pineapples? Yes, there are. Next, are there any watermelons? Are there any watermelons? Yes, there are. Are there any carrots? Yes, there are. Are there any onions? Are there any onions? Yes, there are. Are there any beans? Can you see beans? Beans. No, there aren't. No, there aren't. Are there any limes? Are there any limes? Look at the picture. No, there aren't. Are there any lemons? Lemons. Yes, there are. Are there any pears? Are there any pears? Yes, there are. Are there any tomatoes? Yes, there are. So by looking at the picture, you can answer yes, there are, or no, there aren't. Okay? So next, for your activity today on your book on page 67, activity book on page 67. You're just going to read and circle the correct picture. Okay, so you need to read first. You need to read. There are lots of pineapples. Okay, by looking at the picture here, so we're going to try to answer. Okay, there are lots of pineapples. This one, there are lots of pineapple. There are some pineapples. There aren't any pineapples. Okay, there aren't any pineapples. There are lots of pineapples. There are some pineapples. There aren't any pineapples. Okay, so you need also to look at the picture. Number 2, there are some onions. So where is that? Some onions only, okay? Some onions, not lots of onions. Some onions. Where is that? So you need to circle the correct answer. Try to answer number 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So next, number 5, look and complete the sentences Okay, next here, look and complete the sentences with lots of, some, or not any. So you're going to write lots of, some, or not any. For example, number 1, there aren't any onions because you cannot see onion. There is no onion here. So there aren't any onions. There aren't any onions. Okay? There blank vegetables. Again. There are blank vegetables. So you can answer there are lots of vegetables. You need also to write are. Okay? There aren't. Okay? To complete the sentence. Okay? There aren't any onions. There are lots of vegetables. And then try to answer number 3, 4, and number 5. Page 67 of your book, okay? Page 67 of your book. Next on page 68. Sorry, page 68 of your book. Page 68 of your book, number 6, look and tick yes or no. So you're just going to check yes or no by looking at the picture. So number 1, are there any apples? So you need to look at the picture. There's no pineapple, so you will answer no, there aren't. Number 2, are there any carrots? Are there any carrots? So you can answer yes, there are. So you need to look at the picture. Answer number 3, 4, and number 5. So next on number 7, look at activity 6, complete the question and answer. So here you're going to make a question and then you need also to answer yes or no by looking at the picture in number 6 here. So number 1 example, are there any grapes? Grapes there. Yes, there are. So number 2, you're going to write are there any, okay? Write are there any coconuts? So, are there any coconuts? No, there aren't. Okay, no, there aren't. So, you need to write the question and then write the correct answer. Okay? So, your activity today, page 67 and page 68. Okay? Page 67 and page 68. Again. Page 67 and page 68. Okay? 67 and 68 only. Take a photo of page 67 and 68. Take a photo and send it into our line group. Okay? Do not forget to write your name and number. Please write your number so that I can easily check your work. Okay? So always remember, wash your hands. Wear your mask when you go outside and observe social distancing. Okay? Goodbye everyone. Enjoy your day. If you have any question, do not be afraid or do not be shy to ask me in our line group. Okay? Goodbye everyone. Have a nice day.